Hello, my name is Jimmy and welcome to the 2021 Nissan Rogue. This is brand spanking new. So let's see how well it does in a quick acceleration test. I'm gonna put it into sport mode. Left foot on brake, right foot on throttle. Let's see. Oh, a little bit of wheel spin. All right. That's not horrible. Not from a dig anyways. 0 to 60 comes in at about 8.5 seconds, which is about the same as the previous model. There is 11 more horsepower than before. But let's be honest, the Rogue is far from fast, but I don't think the typical Rogue buyer minds. If we take a look at Nissan sales figures up until November 1st in 2020, Nissan has sold 167,000 Rogues. While that is paired with the smaller Rogue Sport, it's still a huge number. In fact, it's about 2.5 times more than all of Infiniti combined, or about 28% of total Nissan sales. The Rogue is Nissan's bread and butter, and they cannot afford to have this fail. So everything has been tweaked. Everything has been upgraded. Let's start with the looks. The example we have here is the Canadian spec Platinum all-wheel drive, finished in the bolder gray pearl. First thing I have to say is, well, it's a fine looking machine. Taking a page from Toyota, just like the Rav4, the new Rogue is more defined with hard creases and edges, making it look a lot more rugged and masculine than the outgoing model. The front end has Nissan's signature V-motion grille, and just flanked off to the side, they have the separated headlamp and daytime running lights. Since this is the top trim, we also have LED fog lights neatly integrated into the bottom grille as well. Off to the side, we have pretty good looking 19-inch wheels with some body cladding. Something that is missing is Nissan's floating roof design. Generally on the D pillar, Nissan loves to put a piece of black trim here to make the roof, well, float. But I guess the chrome surround on this particular model does create a similar effect. On the back end, we have combination LED tail lamps that illuminate with a sideways V and have some chrome on the lower bumper. Overall, for the looks, Nissan has done an outstanding job. It's easily recognizable as a Nissan with just enough to tell it's something new and special. Moving to the inside, starting from the back, we have a large 36.3 cubic feet of space. It's just a tad smaller than the CR-V and the Rav4, but it's still large enough to accommodate the average Costco run. When you do have to make those Costco runs, the divide and hide cargo system does help divide the cargo up nice and neat so things don't go rolling away. For those longer items, you can fold the seats down with a latch mounted in the rear cargo area. It's super convenient that expands the cargo capacity to 72.9 cubic feet. It's still smaller than the CR-V, but it's actually bigger than the Rav4. Moving forward in the cabin, there's a few things that are, quite family friendly. First, the rear doors have a proximity button on them, allowing you to lock and unlock the vehicle from the rear doors itself without unlocking the fronts first. Very handy. Just as handy are the rear doors. They open almost 90 degrees. It makes, getting car seats and whatever else you need into the back a whole lot easier. Once inside, you'll find upscale features like heated rear seats, window shades, and a panoramic sunroof. The seats themselves are very comfortable. They sit higher than the front seat and allows rear passengers to get a great view out. The seats themselves can also recline for better comfort. There's plenty of head and legroom for my 5'11 frame, and for families, you're able to put, the car seat in here in 3 different positions, as there are a total of 5 lower anchors, 2 on the outboard and 1 in the center that shares an anchor with the driver's side. Moving to the front seats, Nissan's zero-gravity seats are just the best. These aren't sport seats, so they don't hug and hold onto you like some others, but the soft, creamy Nappa leather and the diamond stitching does make the interior look quite upscale. While we do get heated seats up here, we lack cooled or ventilated seat options that's found in some of its competitors like the CX-5 or the Rav4. As for what's right in front of the driver, we have an updated steering wheel, and behind that, a very nice digital cluster. Only offered on the top trim, this cluster is sharp and crisp. While it doesn't offer the same level of customization as the Volkswagen Tiguan, this is a very good cluster overall. It shows an abundance of information from trip, media, fuel consumption, and even active safety features. Unlike some other vehicles, while changing drive modes, it changes the look and feel of the cluster. In the Rogue, there are 2 views. One to show the traditional tach and speedometer more prominently, or a view that's more minimized. But even in the minimized view, the cluster, well, it shows you really everything that you need. And if not, there's a color heads-up display that will show you speed, navigation, and active safety features. Just as bright is the main infotainment system. This 9-inch unit is stunning. Other models get 8-inch unit, but in this platinum trim, it even has wireless CarPlay. Sadly for Android users, you still have to plug it into USB. Luckily, there is a USB-C and a USB-A port for your needs. The infotainment itself is quite similar to the old versions. However, there's definitely a speed improvement here, as going through the menu, well, it's a lot snappier than before. Just below that, we do have the climate control. In the platinum trim here, we're treated with a 3-zone climate control, something that's generally found only in higher-end vehicles. This allows driver, passenger, and the rear occupants to have the desired temperatures without affecting each other. Only complaint I have about this is, well, the panel itself is glossy black, so it does get grimy quickly. Best to have a microfiber handy. Overall, the interior, well, it's more than pleasant. It's jaw-droppingly good. When the CX-5 got its update, everyone praised it for, well, one of the best interiors in its class. And Nissan certainly took note of that, as this interior is much, much better than the previous. It's actually better than the Rav4 or the CR-V. And this clever interior is lined with great materials and clever storage cubbies, just like the one under the shifter. Alright, that's enough drooling about the interior. Let's go on with how it drives. Under the hood, there's a 2.5-liter 4-cylinder. It makes 181 horsepower and 181 pound-feet of torque. Definitely not surprising amount of power, but it is a little bit more than before. I kind of wish they, well, use that VC turbo engine that's found in the Ultima. It definitely would bring a lot more pep to this vehicle. If not, maybe a hybrid option. Because this engine, while it's sufficient, I just wish it had a little bit more. It will round the vehicle out a lot better. In terms of suspension, it's actually a lot more firm than the previous. The previous generation of Rogue was, well, soft. It was quite compliant. But this, still compliant, but it definitely rides sportier than the previous version. There's nothing wrong with that. The CX-5, well, it has one of the stiffer suspensions, and a lot of people praise it for just the dynamics. Sadly, the dynamics of this is, well, it's good, but not great. Steering is good. I mean, it's direct, but it lacks really any feel. But like I said, most buyers that's going to be looking at the Rogue won't really consider that. While driving around normally, the engine is more than adequate. It gets you up and running pretty darn well. The only thing is, when you're trying to merge on the highway, well, you just wish for it a little bit more, as when you floor it, it makes a whole lot of noise, but not a whole lot of speed. But that's completely fine because, well, it's not about speed, is it? The Rogue, well, it actually delivers really good fuel economy. In the city, it's 25 miles per gallon, on the highway, 32, and combined 28. For us Canadians, that's 9.2 liters per 100 kilometers in the city, 7.2 on the highway, and 8.3 combined. While definitely not class leading, it's more than sufficient for the average user. But it goes back. I wish they made a hybrid. Anyways, let's pull over here and give a full summary of the 2021 Nissan Rogue. This is an amazing vehicle. It truly is. Past Nissans has always been, well, good cars, but they don't generally excel in one particular way. They were more value focused. But for the 2021 Nissan Rogue, we can certainly see that has changed. Priced, well, it's actually still lower than some of its competitors. The base price in the US is $25,650 at $1,400 for all-wheel drive, and as tested, $36,830. In Canada, base price is $28,498 at $2,300 for all-wheel drive, and as tested, just shy of $40,000. I played around a little bit with the online configurator, and with every single option on the Rogue, comparing to like the CX-5, the CR-V, the Rav4, well, the Rogue still undercuts all of them. And this has this great of an interior and an amazing exterior as well. It's a very, very well-rounded package. The only thing I would say is it does lack power. For me, I want more grunt. The hybrid system in the Rav4 definitely helps delivers that. I wish there was a hybrid variant or a turbo variant. The turbo one, probably it won't sell any better because People are just looking for a vehicle that's more economical. And well, turbo motor definitely doesn't help with that. But a hybrid system, it'll add torque and it'll deliver better economy. And that will make this probably one of the best SUVs you can buy. In any case, thank you so much for watching this video. Like the video if you do, subscribe if you want to see more. Let me know what your thoughts are on the 2021 Nissan Rogue in the comment section down below. And we'll catch you next time. Take care and have a great day.